Okay, in this short little lesson tutorial, I'm going to help you answer task 3 in your first lesson for development of population. And in this question, you've been asked to compare and contrast two countries. And then you've been asked here to write a series of descriptive statements using the data from the table above. Now, this is the data you will have completed in task 2. Which involved you looking at the different cards of the different countries and making a decision about which was the most and least of the developed countries. It also asks you to use both figures in your answer, stating whether they're high or low, and then comparing them. So I'm going to show you how to do a couple of examples, and then you want to go and complete the rest yourself so you can complete task 3. So let's just say at the end of task 2, you had selected these two countries. Maybe you picked the Ivory Coast as your country that was the least developed or the worst country in the game that we played, and you picked the United States as the country that was the most. You will have then completed the table using the card. That's certainly the first 6 things that you will have been able to get from the card. And you'll have used the 3 websites to find out these 3 facts about the 2 different countries. Let's have a little look at how we complete this task. So if you are first of all asked to, in this question, compare and contrast, let's just compare. So the Ivory Coast has a fertility rate of 4.9. That means an average woman in this country, the Ivory Coast, which is in the west of Africa, has 4.9 children in her life. Now that is an average, so she obviously doesn't have 0.9 of a child, the average number of children a woman has, whereas in the United States has 2 on average. So if we were to write that as an answer, we would say, in the Ivory Coast, the average fertility rate is 4.9 compared to 2.0 in the USA. So now we have compared. Let's contrast. This is 2.9 higher than the USA. So where did I get that 2.9 from? So 4.9 is 2.9 larger than 2. So on average, Ivory Coast woman is having 2.9 more children than an average American woman. Okay, let's just try that again. Let's pick the second one. Let's say we will think about life expectancy. So if we just have a look at life expectancy, it's 52 in the Ivory Coast, it's 78 in the USA. 52 and 78. So we need to just write the life expectancy in the Ivory Coast. Now we are being asked to give data when we describe. That's a very important part of the skill. You don't just want to say it's higher, and you actually want to say it's 52. So in Ivory Coast is 52 compared to the USA, which is, and if we look at our chart again, there we have it, 78. Okay, so we are being asked to also contrast. So which is higher? Well, the USA is higher. People live longer in the United States. So you could say the USA is, and then we just have to do a quick little bit of sum. So 52 is how much lower, or 78 is how much higher than the other country. So if we were asked comparing these, it's 26 years different. So the USA is 26 years higher than the Ivory Coast. And we could say it the other way around. We could say the Ivory Coast is 26 years lower than the United States. So there is me showing you using the Ivory Coast and the USA as an example for the first 2 measures of development. And we're able to see by these statements that in the United States, they're having on average 2.9 less children, or Ivory Coast is having on average 2.9 more children per woman, and that people in the Ivory Coast are living 26 years younger, or people in the United States are living 26 years older. What I'd like you to do is Now, do the same for the two countries you've selected, for not just these two, but also for the remainder of the countries on that chart.